Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, being led by Chief Crow.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We have public comment on agenda items, only 3 minutes per speaker. 2 add-ons here. We're going to need to include actually 3. Let me tell you the third one in a second here. First off is some easy stuff. We need to purchase 200 ton of salt from Morton Salt Incorporated and give authorization for that because it's been snowing. I don't know if anybody's noticed. It's been a little bit of a winter already, and it's not even December 21st. Also, approving a stipend of $5,000 for Jennifer Moskowitz, who's going to be operating as a partial DPW typist / administrator, to be paid weekly and prorated, obviously, for 2025 to be inflated by 2.5% starting June 1st, 2025, and then June 1st, 2026. Also, I need to get authority, and I would have given you a proposal if the proposal had made sense. Unfortunately, they were having some issues with Labella getting edited correctly, but we are in need of doing work to get our DOH and DEC approvals correct for water provision in the town of Milton, because we are technically operating outside our 0.5 mile zone. We need to just get our authorizations correct in anticipation of not only the St. Scott project up there, Milltown Center, but also for other things that we're going to do for water provision in the future and the consolidated water districting that we're going to be doing. I'm going to ask for not to exceed $20,000. I have a feeling it's going to be more than that ultimately, but I at least want to get us something to get them started so that they can get the work moving with DOH. And then when we come back in January, if we need to do more authorization, we can get more money authorized at that time if it is that much. So, hearing those, I apologize again for not having a true proposal to give you for Labella, but I tried, trust me, all day long. It was back and forth on that one. 3 minutes, public comment. If you're on Zoom, you want to speak, raise your hand. If you're in here, just raise your hand, and the podium's over there. See no hands here yet. I see no hands on Zoom. I'm glad to see Foreman and Zlata on because I know they were having trouble last week getting on, so at least they've resolved their issues, and hello to them. I'm glad they could join us. Okay. Guess we're going to move forward here. Can I get a motion to retain Bartlett Pond Stewart and Rhodes PC as counsel for the village for the 2025 year pursuant to the terms of the attached legal services agreement and authorizing the mayor to execute said agreement?
Make the motion.
Trustee Panenza?
I'll second.
Trustee Price-Bush, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
I will also vote aye, just to make sure we have sufficient votes. 3 nay. Done. Motion is approved. Can I get a motion? Well, let me skip this. Yeah, let me just clear out the other things here. Get a motion related to. Okay, a motion approving the purchase of the attached fire police vehicle for $89,180 using 5 annual payment financing approach, annual payment of $20,527.86, and authorizing the mayor to execute the related paperwork for the purchase and financing.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Panenza.
I'll second.
Trustee Price-Bush, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We go back to the salt here. Can I get a motion authorizing the purchase by the village Department of Public Works of 200 ton of salt, rock salt from Morton Salt Incorporated at a price of $61 per ton?
I'll make the
Go
motion.
ahead.
Trustee Price-Bush?
I'll second.
Trustee Panenza, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Can I get a motion approving a $5,000 stipend for Jennifer Moskowitz as village administrator for her work as DPW typist / administrator to be paid weekly and prorated with inflation of 2.5% applied on June 1st, 2025 and June 1st, 2026.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Fandesa,
I'll second.
Trustee Price Bush, discussion. This was actually part of what we should have done last week. As part of that, we just focused on the union folk and forgot to put Jen into a separate motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Let me get a motion related to, let me do it this way. Can I get a motion approving an amount not to exceed $20,000 to allow Labella Engineering to perform work related to the village's DOH and DEC needs for water provision in the town of Milton, and authorizing the mayor to execute agreements related to such after review by attorney.
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Fandesa.
I'll second.
Trustee Price Bush, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
And aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, go ahead.
I guess I'll just make it motion made by myself and seconded, I don't know, should I just read the whole thing?
Read the motion.
I'll read the whole thing,
Yep.
sorry. Motion to approve the 2025 fire protection contract with the town of Milton and to authorize the mayor and/or deputy mayor to execute the contract. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
So motion by Trustee Fandesa and second by Trustee Price Bush. Discussion. I would like to say a few things,
Okay.
if I may. Our fire chiefs have requested us to approve this. We did try to work with the town of Milton for a $35,000 additional amount for next year in hopes that we could have a better starting block to go forward from 2025 into hopefully a multi-year contract in 2026 forward, in which the village would also put forward $25,000. So to get $60,000 plus what Boston is going to hopefully be providing, and that's, we gotta get the contract finalized with them for $1.13 per thousand. It's about $85,000 of additional revenue. It just started out with a goal of, if we are just doing trucks, $150,000. If we're going to add a LoSAP for the village to provide, the total is more like around $270,000 for what we kind of looked at LoSAP wise that we can afford. First things first, the trucks obviously. So to have that amount toward the pumper truck and the ladder truck would be a lot toward making sure that nobody was going to get zocked by this whole thing, in an outweighed fashion, which was a concern in Milton. They rejected the premise of doing that. I understand there was a presentation on Thursday in which the town claimed that the village gives $0, or at least did in a couple of years, $0 for its own village fire services, which is false. And I broached that issue with Councilman Froelich in the town of Milton to let him know that I actually was personally hurt by that notion. I make $7,700 a year as mayor. I would assume that the chiefs would agree I put a good amount of my time into helping out administratively with what they do. You as well as their liaison, Mary, you as a trustee, same thing. To even put a notion of $0 on a piece of paper for what our commitment is with Terry, our clerk, with our accounting department, with our accountants, with our audit, with our insurance we provide and everything else. While we can't quantify it to a penny because it's just not possible, we know it's not zero. The building improvements average over 3 years is over $80,000 a year. Now that apron is done, we still owe them laser guides for Union Firehouse this year, I believe. So we are contributing. That needs to be known, made clear, and everything else. I'm also disappointed on the notion that there's this belief that the village has to pay an equal share for a fire service it provides. Talked to John Mancini from Nikon last night when I ran into him, and he couldn't believe that somebody would actually sit there and make that claim, because many of the firemen live in the Village of Alta Spa and pay taxes in the Village of Alta Spa, and so they're being told they have to pay that equal amount for what they provide to the village as it is, and we still owe them some tax relief with respect to first responders type tax relief that different areas have provided, school district, et cetera. So we will get to that. Guys, we did not forget about that. It's just, unfortunately, in a long line of things right now we've got to get through. But what becomes clear is that just like water provision, it's a contractual service. And we are allowed to charge a rate in the Village of Wallace Spa because we're the water producer, and a rate in the town of Milton. There'll be people that will bark back and forth on that. But water provision, for us, we say you're paying $5.62 per thousand as a village resident. And at the end of the day, part of what you get back, Scotia gives you free trash pickup, we give you 1/3 the price for water, because the market rate for water is what we charge the town of Milton, the town of Ballston, town of Malta, Saratoga Springs, whoever it is. So fire contracts are supposed to be in the same vein. Yet we do say that we want to support our fire chiefs, our firemen, our volunteers, and we're going to do more for that. That's been one thing we've said from the start in this whole thing. To even consider backing a LoSAP is something that's never been done in this village before. And so just the notion that we want to go out to referendum to support that, if we can get these trucks done first, is something big for this village to do. And we're trying. But it just has to be made clear to any town, look, it's an open market when it comes to fire protection. And when it comes to the fact that half the town, more than half the town now, that Harmony is at the same price almost as Rock City, is paying $1.35, $1.36 per thousand, and we're expected to sit there and take 96.7 cents per thousand for fire service. It's an insult to not just us as the leaders of this community, but for the volunteers, because it sort of sets a worth level, and that's not a good thing to show them. We asked for $1.16, we didn't ask for $1.36 even, because we understand we have economies of scale as a village. And by all means, we will make sure that everybody pays a little bit less as a result of it. But 40 cents less when we have to carry or want to carry the ladder truck, that's not the correct answer. The correct answer is somewhere between 96.7 and $1.36, but it isn't 96.7 itself. I just want to make that clear. So, what do we do here? And since I have to be the deciding vote because 2 trustees decided not to show up, perhaps strategically, I will vote yes because that's what our fire chiefs want. But I'm going to vote yes with the notion that we have some real discussions to be had with the town of Milton, because the things that they're saying are flat out untrue. And Mike Iacolucci, I see you're on there and you're part of their committee, and so I'll address it to folks like you, Mike. I saw the presentation, very nicely done, except a lot of it's just not accurate. And to be able to have a good conversation requires accuracy in the starting facts that we agreed to in the first place. That isn't there. That wasn't there. And to, again, put $0 on a page to reflect what the village's contribution to its fire department is embarrassing and hurtful to everyone. So, I don't know where this goes from here. I just know for nearly a year and a half, we were being told by Milton what we're going to accept, not the other way around. That's not how this is supposed to work. We provide the service. Show me what Rock City's offering you. Show me what Saratoga's offering you, Harmony Corners or Greenfield. Show me what you're being offered as a rate from other people. And then maybe we can talk. But you don't go to a bakery and say, look, I think you need to be paying more for the bread yourself that you make and sell it to me for the same price, essentially, and we'll do it that way. We provide the service, we provide the product here, and we provide a quality product, and nobody will ever say differently. And if they did, I would be the first one to punch them in the face for saying such a thing. And I just want to make it clear that we provide a quality service and we should be paid commensurate for that compared to especially other districts around us, period. Thank you. Up to you, nothing?
No, let's
Nothing?
just vote, please.
What's that?
Just vote, please, on it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Let's see, is that everything?
No, Milltown Center.
No, we did that,
Skip C.
we did that, that
Oh, it's
was,
different now.
yeah.
Sorry.
It changed into that after I had a conversation with Joe on
Okay.
Saturday, so the one about breaking us out. Anything you need?
I have the Woods Hollow closing document.
That's for me to sign, I can do that after the meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
then nope, I have nothing else.
Okay. Can I get a motion that the vouchers be audited and the meeting be adjourned at 6:45 PM?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Price Bush,
One second.
trustee Fandesa, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Good night, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
You might not be signing it though, because unless you know off the top of your head what the EIN numbers are.